Have you ever walked past an old house and thought, what's that tiny little door for? Or noticed a lonely toilet in a basement and wondered why it was there? Before modern technology, our homes were full of strange features, quirky, yet surprisingly smart and practical. Today, we'll uncover 30 of these forgotten home details. Once common, now almost extinct. Get ready for a nostalgic and eye-opening journey. Those S, X, or star-shaped plates on old brick houses, not decoration. They were anchor plates tied to iron rods inside the walls. They kept houses from collapsing. Modern materials replaced them, but they still stand as symbols of old ingenuity. See a small iron door near a foundation? That was a coal chute. Deliverymen poured coal through it into the basement furnace. Fast, efficient, less messy. Natural gas made it obsolete. But many still remain like relics of a smoky past. Notice a recessed wall shelf in old hallways? That was a phone nook. It held bulky landline phones and phone books. Once modern convenience, now a decorative corner. At the back of some homes, a tiny door led into the pantry. It was the ice door. Ice deliverymen placed blocks directly into the icebox. Hygienic, private, and clever. Fridges ended the tradition. But some doors still linger, sealed shut. Have you ever walked past an old, quiet house and wondered, what was that tiny door for? Why on earth is there a lonely toilet sitting in the middle of the basement? Before modern technology reshaped the way we live, homes used to hide countless quirky, yet clever features. They might look strange today, but back then they made daily life easier, smarter, and surprisingly innovative. Today, we're diving into 30 unusual home features that were once common in architecture, but have now almost disappeared. Get ready for a journey filled with both nostalgia and fascinating history. Wall plates / anchor plates. If you've ever noticed star, S, or X-shaped metal plates on old brick houses, you might think they're just decorative. In reality, they were part of a clever reinforcement system. These plates connected to long iron rods running through the walls, preventing them from bulging or collapsing over time. With steel frames and reinforced concrete, they became unnecessary. But many still remain, like historic badges of past architectural ingenuity. Coal chute door in many older homes, especially in colder cities. You might spot a small iron door near the foundation. That's the coal chute. Before central heating, coal was the main way to warm a house. Delivery workers would pour coal through this chute into the basement. Homeowners then shoveled it into the furnace. Messy, but efficient for the time. With natural gas and electric heating, coal chutes became obsolete. Yet many still exist as relics of a bygone era. Phone nooks and landline jacks. Before cell phones, communication revolved around landline telephones. Some homes even had little recessed shelves or wall nooks built just for the phone. Often, with a small spot for phone books and pens too. Landline jacks were scattered across the house, so you could plug in a phone in different rooms. Now, smartphones connect us to the entire world. These nooks, when they still exist, are often repurposed into display shelves. Ice door. At the back or side of older homes, you might come across a small mysterious door leading into the pantry. This was the ice door. Before refrigerators, families used ice boxes, insulated wooden cabinets cooled with massive blocks of ice. The ice delivery man would drop the block directly into the icebox without ever stepping inside the home. Refrigerators eventually replaced this system, but these quirky little doors are still found in some houses, silently telling stories of how people kept food fresh before electricity. Imagine how convenient it was. The coal delivery man didn't need to enter the house, and the transfer process became much quicker, keeping dust away from the living space. But with the arrival of natural gas and electric heating systems, the way homes were warmed changed completely. These methods were not only more efficient and cleaner, but also offered much greater convenience. As a result, coal furnaces and these sturdy iron coal doors slowly faded into history, turning into relics of a bygone era. In older homes, you could also find carefully designed wall niches or small built-in shelves, once made for bulky landline phones. Often paired with a tiny ledge for holding phone books or pens, these nooks reflected thoughtful design for the communication needs of the time. Alongside them were landline jacks, small square outlets, placed in several rooms, allowing phones to be connected throughout the house. The ability to plug in a phone almost anywhere felt like a big leap forward. Yet, with the rise of mobile phones and wireless technology, landlines eventually disappeared. Today, those built-in phone niches are often repurposed as charming spaces to display small decorative items. At the back of many older houses, you might also notice a curious little door that often opened right into the pantry, the ice door. Before refrigerators became common, families relied on ice boxes, insulated cabinets cooled with large blocks of ice. This special door made it possible for the ice delivery man to place a block directly inside without ever stepping into the home. This was not only practical, but also helped keep the household more hygienic while protecting the family's privacy. It was a clever way to preserve food under limited conditions of the time. But the invention of the modern refrigerator in the early 20th century completely transformed daily life. Refrigerators offered continuous, reliable, and far more convenient cooling, eliminating the need for ice. Deliveries altogether. Today, ice doors are a rare sight, lingering only in old houses as traces of a forgotten past. In multi-story homes built between the early and mid-20th century, another brilliant feature appeared, the laundry chute. Instead of hauling heavy baskets of clothes down several flights of stairs, families could simply drop dirty laundry into the chute. Gravity did the rest, sending clothes straight to the laundry room and saving time and energy. This simple feature reflected the ingenuity of home design, aimed at making everyday chores easier. Yet despite the convenience, laundry chutes slowly disappeared. Safety concerns, especially the danger of children crawling inside, played a big role. Modern floor plans, where laundry rooms are often placed next to bedrooms, also made the chute less useful. Still, some homeowners today are reviving the idea, treating it as a personalized and creative custom feature. Perhaps the most unusual old home feature of all is the Pittsburgh potty. It was nothing more than a lonely toilet sitting in the basement, fully exposed, with no walls or privacy at all. These were common in industrial cities before World War II, especially places like Pittsburgh. The purpose was practical. After long shifts in steel mills or coal mines, workers could head straight to the basement. There they could clean up, change clothes, and use the toilet before ever entering the main living space. For many modern homeowners, stumbling upon one for the first time is both baffling and fascinating. This wasn't just convenient, it also maintained hygiene and privacy for families of the time. It was a clever solution for food storage under the limited technology available back then. But the invention of the modern refrigerator in the early 20th century changed everything about daily life. Refrigerators delivered constant, efficient, and far more convenient cooling, making ice deliveries and ice doors unnecessary for households. Today, these little doors are rarely seen, surviving only in older houses as reminders of the past. In multi-story homes from the early to mid-20th century, another clever feature was the laundry chute. Instead of lugging baskets of dirty clothes downstairs, people could simply drop them in and let gravity do the work. The laundry would land directly in the basement washroom, saving time and reducing heavy household labor. This feature reflected how designers sought to simplify and optimize everyday chores in the home. But laundry chutes eventually fell out of favor due to safety risks, especially children climbing inside or accidents that could occur. Newer floor plans also placed laundry rooms on the same level as bedrooms, making the chute unnecessary. Still, with modern custom homes, some people are now reintroducing them as a unique and practical design choice. One of the strangest old features is the so-called Pittsburgh potty. It was simply a lone toilet sitting in the basement, without any walls, partitions, or privacy around it. These toilets were common in American industrial cities before World War II, especially where mining and steelwork were dominant. The idea was practical. After long, dirty shifts, workers entered through the basement to clean up immediately. There they could wash, change clothes, and use the toilet before coming up into the family's main living areas. For modern eyes, discovering one feels confusing, surprising, and strangely fascinating at the same time. This design kept dirt and grime from the workplace from spreading into the home, protecting the family's living space from unnecessary contamination. It was a solution where practicality clearly mattered more than modesty or comfort, which might seem strange to modern sensibilities today. Now, most of these exposed basement toilets have either been removed or walled off to finally provide the privacy people expect. Among all these unusual features, which one's original purpose surprised you the most? Share your thoughts below. A pantry was once considered essential in nearly every household, designed as a separate space for storing food and kitchen essentials. Depending on the house, it could range from a simple built-in cabinet to a large walk-in pantry with shelves and ample storage space. The goal was to keep the kitchen more organized by storing dry goods, cans, bulk spices, and infrequently used kitchen tools separately. This freed up cabinet space in the main kitchen area, helping it stay more tidy and efficient for everyday use. Modern kitchen design, however, often prioritizes open layouts and larger built-in cabinetry, sometimes reducing the need for a separate pantry. Still, with increasing storage needs, many homeowners continue to see the pantry as a must-have when buying or building a home. Its ability to maximize organization and clear valuable cabinet space makes it a highly practical feature even today. Have you ever imagined a bedroom where your bed disappears completely when not needed? That's exactly what ceiling beds promised. Also called Saurian beds, these clever designs were patented in 1913 as a remarkable attempt at saving valuable living space in small homes. They used a crank and counterweight system to lower the bed from the ceiling and then lift it back up into a recessed compartment when unused. This made the entire floor below free for other activities, a truly creative multifunctional idea for its time. Yet they never reached the popularity of the Murphy bed, which folded neatly into a wall and was easier to install. Their complex mechanism and higher costs likely prevented them from spreading widely despite their innovative design. But with small apartments and housing costs rising, ceiling beds are making a comeback in modern micro-apartments. They are praised once again as an ingenious way to save square footage while keeping living spaces flexible and adaptable. This small slot was for razor blade disposal, a feature that might look odd today, but was once very practical before modern razors existed. People commonly used double-edged safety razors, and getting rid of the sharp blades safely was a serious concern in everyday life. The slot let users slide old blades directly into the wall cavity or under the floor, safely hidden away out of reach for anyone. It worked on the simple principle of out of sight, out of mind, helping to prevent accidents and keep bathrooms more organized and tidy. When disposable razors and blade containers became common, this feature quickly lost its purpose in new homes. Still, many old houses hide decades of razor blades in their walls, only found during major renovations or demolition. It's a small but fascinating reminder of how personal hygiene practices have evolved over time. Have you ever imagined a house where food traveled between floors without anyone carrying it? That's the job of the dumb waiter. These were small service elevators, often powered by a pulley system, created to move food, dishes, and other items quickly between levels. They were especially handy in large homes where kitchens were far from. Dining rooms, reducing the work of staff and homeowners alike. Just imagine the convenience of not having to climb stairs multiple times a day just to deliver meals or plates. But as home layouts changed and dining rooms moved closer to kitchens, their importance slowly declined over time. With modern appliances and simpler living styles, dumb waiters were no longer essential in most households. Today, many of them have been sealed off or repurposed into unusual storage spaces, turning into relics of history. Our channel may be new, but the stories we're uncovering are timeless. Subscribe, and let's rediscover the past together. In old mansions and estates, another hidden feature can be found: a second set of narrow, steep staircases. These were the servant stairs, tucked away behind small doors near kitchens or pantries, invisible to most guests. Their purpose was to let service staff move between floors quietly, without disturbing the homeowners or visitors during gatherings and daily life. Instead of using the grand main stairs, servants used these hidden passages to carry food, clean, or perform other household tasks discreetly. The design reflected the strict social hierarchies of the time, keeping staff out of sight but always within reach. Today, as society and architecture changed, these stairs are rare to find, surviving mostly in preserved mansions and historic homes. They remain as a powerful reminder of how social class shaped architecture in previous centuries. Following the tradition of dividing spaces and roles in large estates, another unique feature was the servant floor button. This was a small hidden switch, often tucked beneath a rug or located under the dining table in formal rooms. Its purpose was simple yet powerful. Homeowners could discreetly summon staff by pressing the button with their foot. The button was wired to a bell or buzzer system in the kitchen or service area, alerting staff instantly. This allowed families to request assistance quietly, without shouting or leaving the table during meals. It became a symbol of convenience and authority for wealthy households of the time. With the decline of leave-in staff and changing family dynamics, most buttons fell out of use and remain only as non-functional details in older homes. They stand today as relics of a social structure and lifestyle that has faded into history. Before refrigerators became a staple, fresh milk delivery was a daily service for families who wanted safe, cold milk every morning. To make this easier, many houses had a small built-in compartment known as the milk door, set into an exterior wall. The milkman would place full bottles inside, while simultaneously retrieving the empties left from the previous day. This meant fresh milk could be delivered and collected quickly without disturbing the family or entering the home. It was a clever adaptation in design that made utility services more efficient for both households and delivery workers. However, as refrigerators spread and grocery stores became common, the need for home milk delivery disappeared. Families could now purchase milk in larger amounts and safely store it for days inside their refrigerators. Still, many old houses retain their milk doors, though often sealed off or repurposed into something else. Look closely above a doorway in an old house, and you might notice a slim rectangular pane of glass, a transom window. Before electric lighting became widespread, these windows played an essential role in brightening dim interior spaces such as hallways. They allowed daylight to pass through, making rooms feel more open and welcoming without the need for lamps. Some transoms could also open, allowing air to circulate naturally and helping to regulate indoor temperatures. On hot summer days, this created a simple but effective form of cooling long before air conditioning existed. As artificial lighting and heavy-key systems emerged, the functional need for transoms gradually declined. Still, they are valued today for their timeless charm, vintage elegance, and ability to add natural light to spaces. Some homeowners even include them again in modern designs, blending efficiency with classic architectural appeal. If you pay attention inside historic homes, you may notice a slim strip of molding near the ceiling, just below the upper edge of the wall. This is a picture rail, a feature that became highly popular starting in the mid-1800s as interior design evolved. Back then, most walls were made of plaster, which was fragile and could easily crack or crumble if nails were driven directly into it. Picture rails provided a perfect solution. By using movable hooks placed along the rail, art could be hung with cords safely. This not only prevented wall damage, but also allowed easy repositioning or removal of pictures without leaving unsightly marks behind. With the arrival of durable drywall in the 1940s, nails became practical for hanging, causing picture rails to fade from popularity. Still, they remain a common feature in historic homes, adding both elegance and functionality to interior spaces. Interestingly, some modern homeowners are reintroducing them, appreciating their vintage look and decorating convenience without drilling walls. Before smartphones or the internet existed, communicating across large houses often meant yelling or walking long distances between rooms. This is why built-in home intercom systems became a modern innovation in luxury homes during the mid-20th century. These wired devices were installed in walls throughout multiple rooms, allowing conversations between family members on different floors. Some models even had a front door intercom, letting owners speak with visitors before opening the door. They were seen as symbols of luxury, efficiency, and convenience in their time, highly valued by modern families. But with the rapid growth of mobile phones and smart home technology, traditional intercoms quickly became outdated. Today, many of these systems remain on walls only as relics, no longer functional, but still interesting design elements of old homes. Among old house features, pocket doors stand out as one of the smartest and most flexible design ideas. Unlike traditional swing doors, which require space to open and close, pocket doors slide smoothly into a recess in the wall. This clever system saved floor space while providing flexible ways to separate or connect different rooms in the house. With a simple slide, an open layout could be divided into 2 private rooms or expanded again into a larger area. This allowed homeowners to easily transform spaces depending on the need, from intimate family time to hosting social gatherings. It remains one of the most brilliant designs for maximizing both space and functionality in living areas. Despite all their advantages, pocket doors are less common in today's home construction because of higher installation costs and special wall requirements. Still, with the growing desire for flexible, space-saving designs, pocket doors are once again gaining popularity and finding their way back into modern homes. If you could revive one historic house feature for your own home, which one would you choose and why? Share your thoughts below. When entering an old home, one of the first differences you'll notice is the layout compared to modern open spaces. Older homes were filled with smaller, separate rooms, often connected by multiple doors and walls for division. This was known as a defined room layout, a style that valued privacy and energy efficiency above openness. Individual rooms kept activities separate while concentrating heating or cooling into only the spaces being used. Each room had a clear identity. Dining rooms, living rooms, and bedrooms all had their distinct, defined purposes. In contrast, modern homes often favor open concepts, creating bright, airy spaces with connected living areas. Yet many buyers today still crave the privacy, coziness, and sense of purpose that defined layouts uniquely provide. This variety of preferences shows how different lifestyles shape our ideal living spaces. In many older kitchens, you might spot a small built-in desk seamlessly integrated into the cabinetry design. This wasn't just a table, but a dedicated workspace for the homemaker or family members to handle tasks. It often housed the landline phone, served as a place for paying bills, or acted as a nook for children's homework. The idea was practical, using the kitchen, the center of household life, to manage both meals and family duties. But with laptops, smartphones, and dedicated offices, built-in kitchen desks gradually became unnecessary. Today, people can work anywhere in the house with mobile devices and portable technology at hand. Still, some homeowners keep these desks as charging stations, printer shelves, or small note-taking areas. Knob and tube wiring was one of the earliest electrical systems, widely used between about 1880 and 1930 in homes. It featured copper wires running freely through walls and ceilings, insulated with ceramic tubes and porcelain knobs. This innovation allowed electricity to be distributed into multiple rooms, a groundbreaking advancement for its era. But over time, the system became risky, as insulation could wear down and wires were never designed to handle modern electrical loads. More importantly, knob and tube lacked grounding, an essential safety measure in today's electrical systems. Because of these hazards, most houses that still have it need complete upgrades to meet modern safety codes. It remains an interesting reminder of how early engineering brought power into our homes, but also how far we've come since then. In historic neighborhoods, many homes stand out with their wide, breezy front porches, often wrapping around multiple sides of the house. These large porches, also called verandas, were once a central part of classic home design and daily life. They provided an outdoor living area for relaxation, reading, or simply chatting with neighbors on summer evenings. This feature played an important role in building connections between families and the community at large. But in modern homes, porches are often smaller, designed more for decoration and as functional living spaces. Lifestyle changes, backyard-oriented living, and more private trends have all reduced the importance of front porches today. Still, these expansive porches remain highly desirable, valued for their sense of nostalgia, peace, and charm. They continue to offer a perfect space to enjoy the outdoors and reconnect with community spirit. A mudroom is a small yet practical utility space, usually located near a side or back entrance to the home. It was designed to remove shoes, coats, and dirty clothes before entering the main living spaces of the house. Often equipped with racks, hooks, and sometimes even a sink, mudrooms kept homes clean and organized. They were especially helpful after gardening, outdoor play, or when families had pets bringing in dirt. In modern homes, however, mudrooms are often reduced in size or eliminated to maximize building space. This sometimes leaves shoes and coats cluttering the main entryway instead. Yet mudrooms remain highly valued for families with children or pets, and in regions with rain or snowy weather. Older homes often included specialized storage, like broom closets and linen closets as standard features. Broom closets neatly stored mops, vacuums, and tall cleaning tools, keeping them out of sight. Linen closets provided space for towels, blankets, and bed sheets, helping households stay organized. These features were simple, but extremely useful for maintaining a clean and tidy home environment. But in many modern designs, these closets are missing or replaced by minimal cabinet storage. The minimalist trend often overlooks these practical, everyday conveniences. Still, many buyers today appreciate homes that include them, recognizing their role in efficient organization. In many old basements or laundry rooms, you might find a massive sink, often made entirely of concrete. This was the large utility sink, or concrete slop sink, built for heavy-duty and messy cleaning tasks. It was perfect for washing muddy clothes, rinsing mop buckets, cleaning paint tools, or even bathing beds. Its size and strength made it one of the most versatile fixtures in older homes. But with modern washers and smaller utility sinks, these large concrete ones became less common. Even so, many still value them today for their durability and multi-purpose use in demanding tasks. Before air conditioning, whole-house exhaust fans or attic fans were an ingenious way to cool homes naturally. Installed in ceilings or attics, these fans pulled hot air out while drawing cool outdoor air in through windows. They created powerful air circulation that could cool the house quickly, especially during cooler nighttime air. Walking into a stylish living room from the 1960s or 1970s, you might find a unique sunken seating area built into the floor. This was the conversation pit, usually circular or square, lined with built-in seating around a central table or even a fireplace. Its purpose was to bring people closer, encouraging warm and intimate talks in a cozy, enclosed space separate from the rest of the room. Sitting face-to-face at the same level created a perfect setting for open communication and social interaction. It became an icon of comfort and modern style during that era, widely featured in homes of the mid-century. But safety concerns, like tripping over the drop, combined with changing design trends toward open spaces, led to its decline. Another charming hallmark of older homes is the presence of built-in shelves and walled cabinets. These often came with intricate wooden details, decorative moldings, or even glass doors, showcasing elegant china sets. They provided practical storage while adding beauty, warmth, and a touch of luxury to the home's architecture. Unlike freestanding furniture, these features felt permanent, blending into the structure as an essential element. Modern minimalist design and open concepts have reduced or eliminated them in many new homes. Yet, built-ins remain beloved for their timeless charm, personality, and efficient storage capabilities. They add character, depth, and a sense of soul to a home that modern designs often lack. Thank you for joining us on this nostalgic journey through forgotten house features of the past. If you love exploring old traditions, architecture, and hidden stories of daily life, we've only just begun. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with friends who enjoy rediscovering history. We'll see you again in the next video.